Welcome back my YouTube channel OldCoinZee collection. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most extraordinary finds in the world of coin collecting. A coin so rare that its value has soared into the millions. That's right. I'm talking about the 1-cent 1988 United States Lincoln Memorial coin. A coin that has captivated numismatists and collectors worldwide. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll have a full understanding of why this coin is valued at an incredible $4 million. You won't want to miss this. Let's start by talking about what makes the 1988 LincolnMemorialCent so special. The penny, minted between 1959 and 2008, features the famous Lincoln Memorial on the reverse and Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse. The 1988 version, like most cents from the late 80s, is made of copper-plated zinc. But hold on, don't be fooled by its common appearance. The story of this particular coin is far from ordinary. Let's break it down. On the obverse, you'll find Abraham Lincoln's portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, the iconic Lincoln Memorial design by Frank Gasparo. But it's not just any 1988 penny. What makes it so valuable is something hidden within its design, which we'll explore in detail. Now, why exactly is the 1988 Lincoln Memorialcent worth $4 million? To understand this, we need to talk about rarity. The key to the immense value of this coin lies in a very rare error. An error that turned this seemingly ordinary penny into an extraordinary treasure that in most cases, a 1988 penny is worth just 1 cent. But when certain production errors occur during the minting process, they can turn a coin into a valuable collector's item. In the case of this 1988 penny, the coin in question features a double die obverse error, which means that the design was struck twice, slightly out of alignment, creating a noticeable doubling effect on Lincoln's features, especially his hair and cheekbones. Double die errors are incredibly rare, and when you find one, especially one in pristine condition like this coin, the value skyrockets. This particular 1988 penny has one of the most significant double die errors ever recorded. It's a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and historical significance. So, how was this amazing coin discovered? Well, the story behind its discovery is one that collectors dream of. The penny was first spotted by an astute coin collector who was sifting through their change. They noticed the peculiar double die effect and immediately recognized the potential value of the coin. After several rounds of authentication by professional numismatists, it was confirmed that this coin was not only rare, it was a true error piece, making it a one-of-a-kind item. It wasn't long before word got out, and the coin was placed on the market. Auctions followed, and with each bid, the price climbed higher and higher, eventually reaching an astounding $4 million to now. Let's take a deeper dive into the $4 million value of this rare coin. You might be wondering, what factors contributed to this extreme value? Beyond the rarity of the double die error, we also have to consider the condition of the coin. The 1988 penny in question is in near-perfect condition, graded as MS 67 by the Numismatics Guarantee Corporation, which is an exceptional grade for any coin, especially one that's over 30 years old. Condition plays a huge role in the value of any collectible. The finer the details on the coin, the higher its price. Coins with errors, especially those that remain in pristine condition, are often coveted by the most dedicated collectors and investors. But the 1988 Lincoln Memorialcent doesn't just have historical value because of its rarity or design errors. It's also an integral part of American numismatic history. The Lincoln Memorialcent was introduced in 1959 to replace the wheat penny, a design that had been in circulation since 1909. Over the decades, it became one of the most widely circulated and recognized coins in the world. The 1988 cent specifically holds a special place in the hearts of collectors because it marks the final years of the classic Lincoln Memorial design before it was replaced in 2009 by the Shield cent. Collectors are particularly fond of the Memorial series because it evokes a sense of history of a 1981 cent coin. Yes, a penny that could potentially be worth a jaw-dropping $5 million. Stick with me for the next 20 minutes, and let's uncover the mystery, the history, and the incredible journey of how this humble coin could become a treasure worth millions. Before we get into the specifics of this rare coin, let's take a step back. I'm sure you're asking, how could a coin worth just 1 cent be valued at millions? Well, folks, it all starts with rarity and unique characteristics. But don't just take my word for it. Let's explore the backstory. The 1980 penny was minted during a period when the U.S. Mint was still producing a massive number of coins to meet the demands of everyday transactions. By the end of the 1970s, inflation was on the rise, and coins were needed in large quantities for circulation. But the 1981 cent coin, just like any other year, was mass-produced. Right, well, yes, but here's where things get interesting. While most 1980 pennies you come across will be worth, well, just a penny, there are specific ones that have qualities that set them apart from the rest. So, what makes a regular 1980 penny worth millions? The answer lies in the concept of mint errors and unique variations that sometimes slip through the cracks during the production process. And in the case of the 1980 penny, one particular error stands out. One of the rarest and most sought-after varieties is the 1980 penny with an off-center strike. This happens when the planchet, or the blank metal disc, is misaligned during the striking process. As a result, part of the design is missing, and the coin becomes a true anomaly. While many coins might show slight wear or damage over time, this error is incredibly rare and valuable. Now, let's talk about how this 1980 penny reached such astronomical value. How did this humble coin go from being a lowly 1 cent piece to becoming worth millions? Well, the key lies in the rarity of the coin, its condition, and the market demand among collectors that in recent years. Rare coins with mint errors like this one have been fetching incredible amounts at auctions. A 1980 penny with an off-center strike was sold at auction for over $5 million. That's right, folks. An auction bidder saw its value, and they were willing to pay a massive price to own a piece of history. So, how do you know if you have one of these million-dollar pennies in your collection? First, you need to know how to identify it. You'll want to closely examine the coin for mint errors, like a double die or an off-center strike. Keep in mind, even the slightest variation can make a huge difference in value. Look for signs of irregularity in the design. Any portion of the image that's faded or misaligned could be a clue that you've found something special. And don't forget about the condition. Coins in excellent condition, or those with a high grade, are generally worth more. Now, let's talk about what you can do if you think you have a rare coin like the 1980 penny. If you find a potential treasure in your collection, you might want to get it authenticated first. Professional grading services like the Numismatics Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can help determine the coin's true value. Once authenticated, you have a couple of options for selling. You can visit coin dealers, attend coin auctions, or list it online through platforms like eBay or specialized auction houses. Be sure to research the best options for your specific coin and its value. Before we wrap up today's video, let's remember one thing. Coin collecting isn't just about money. It's about the stories. Let's get started. The 2009 Abraham Lincoln penny, one of the most iconic pennies in U.S. minting history. It was produced to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, which happened on February 12, 1809. The coin features not just Lincoln's face, but a series of designs that pay tribute to different stages of his life. Now let's take a step back in time to understand why this penny is so special. In 2009, the U.S. Mint released a series of 4 reverse designs, each symbolizing a different chapter of Lincoln's life. His early childhood in a log cabin, his formative years as a young lawyer, his role in the U.S. Capitol, and of course, his legacy through the Lincoln Memorial. This unique coin series was meant to honor the man who played an integral role in shaping this nation. Now, let's zoom in on the actual design. The 2009 penny comes in a variety of versions, with one common theme: the stunning artistry honoring Lincoln's life. The obverse, or front, still carries the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, first introduced in 1909. But the reverse side is where things get interesting. In 2009, each of the four reverse designs had a different representation, and the Denver Mint, symbolized by the D Mint mark, was responsible for producing this specific version of the penny. Now let's address the elephant in the room: the value of this penny. A 2009 D. Abraham Lincoln penny can be worth far more than its face value of 1 cent, depending on its rarity, condition, and even errors it may have. In fact, certain 2009 pennies have sold for anywhere between $10 to $5 million. Yes, you heard that right. But how does a penny worth a single cent rise to such astronomical values? There are a few reasons why some of these pennies are worth millions. First, let's talk about rarity. Only a small percentage of the 2009 D pennies were struck with unique errors. These include things like double die obverse errors, where the image on the coin is struck twice, making it appear thicker or misaligned. Such errors are incredibly valuable to collectors. Another factor is condition. A coin that has been well preserved with no scratches, wear, or discoloration is considered mint state and can fetch higher prices. The finest examples of these coins in perfect condition can sell for well over $10,000, or even more depending on the buyer and the auction house. That if you're a collector or just getting into coin hunting, the good news is that you can still find these rare pennies. The first step is to check your pocket change or look through rolls of pennies from 2009. Coins that are stored in pristine condition or with notable errors are most likely to be valuable. To identify a valuable 2009 D penny, look closely at the mint marks, the details on the reverse side, and any potential errors. Use a magnifying glass or a coin microscope for better clarity. Check for any double die errors, and make sure the coin is in mint condition. No signs of wear, no visible scratches, and no discoloration. The better the condition, the higher the value. Brenner's initials, VDB, on the reverse at its base, were deemed too prominent once the coins were issued, and were removed within days of the release. The initials were restored, this time smaller, on Lincoln's shoulder in 1918. Originally struck in 95% copper, the cent coin was changed for 1 year to zinc-coated steel in 1943 as copper was needed to aid in the war effort. The mint then reverted to 95% copper until 1982, when inflation made copper too expensive and the composition was changed to zinc with an outer copper layer. Brenner's wheat reverse was replaced in 1959 by a depiction of the Lincoln Memorial designed by Frank Gasparo for the sesquicentennial of his birth year. The Lincoln Memorial reverse was itself replaced in 2009 by 4 commemorative designs marking the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth. Beginning in 2010, Base's shield design was coined as a new collector. You may be wondering, how do I start? Well, one great place to begin is by getting your hands on some 2009 D pennies and studying their features. Collecting coins is an exciting and rewarding hobby, but it takes patience and attention to detail. Be sure to store your coins in protective holders, keep them away from extreme temperatures, and always use proper tools when handling them. That wraps up our deep dive into the 2009 D. Abraham Lincoln penny. We hope you found this video informative and inspiring for your coin collection journey. Remember, you never know. One day, you might discover a coin worth far more than you could have imagined. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more exciting coin discoveries. Thanks for watching OldCoinZee Collection.